What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Hope each and every one of you are having a blessed day. What's good? Got that kombucha. Got that kombucha. Just left the store. Brother ain't combed his beard yet or anything. Went to the store to get a few groceries for the family, and this was on my heart to speak. People in general, they have a problem, a big problem, and that problem is taking responsibility, owning up to your mistakes, owning up to your mishaps, owning up to your sins, humbling yourself when you know that you're wrong, especially amongst our own people. I just went to the store, bought some eggs. Eggs were $7. You may say, what in the world type of eggs are you buying that cost $7? Well, it's an 18 count, and it is a pasture raised egg, a pasture raised egg, not pasteurized, but a pasture raised egg, meaning the chickens get to go out and do what they're supposed to do, eat the bugs and stuff like that, and it gives it a better nutritional profile when you're eating it. I buy quality food, even if it costs me more money. Excuse me. Now the crazy thing is, prices are up, but most of the prices are up on stuff that you shouldn't be eating in the first place. And so, because I was already buying quality food for myself and for my family, it really wasn't a issue when inflation hit, because I was already paying inflation. In my mind, I was already paying inflation for quality food. I was already paying inflation for the good sugar, not the sugar they strip all the minerals from, and then you have this refined sugar that's worse than crack cocaine. I was already buying premium cuts of meat, quality eggs, quality herbs and spices and all these different things. I was already doing that. And so when this whole situation happened, I'm like, well, I'm already paying a premium price anyway. How did I get to that point? I got to that point because of, you know what I'm saying, for me, I don't apologize, because of the grace of God, because of the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that He gave me way before to live this lifestyle, taking responsibility for how I was eating before and killing myself. I had to take responsibility, and He showed me, like, man, you messing up. This is going to affect you in the long run in more ways than you understand. It's not only going to affect you, but it's going to affect others, because when you sick, it affects your family. Now your family got to take time to do this or take time to do that. I ain't saying you ain't going to get sick if you eat healthy, but we don't sit here and we don't help to minimize the problem. We add to the problem. And then when somebody comes to us, oh, you hating this and that, don't try to tell me what to do. I'm not telling you what to do, but I am telling you what to do. You got this whole breast milk shortage. I was already prepared for that. You may say, well, how in the world were you prepared for a breast milk shortage when, excuse me, not a breast milk, but a breast formula shortage when your children are on the breast milk? You know, my oldest son was on the breast milk. He's not on it no more. But my youngest son is still on the breast milk. How were you prepared for it? Because I knew what I wanted before. I already knew I wanted a wife that wanted to breastfeed before I even got married, before I even met my wife. Why? Because I did my research. I came across things, I studied stuff. I was already in the health field, the health arena, searching these things for myself, and I came across these different things. And I'm speaking as one that was raised on baby formula by the grace of God, and because, you know, maybe my mom did it in ignorance and some other factors that, you know, I wasn't on the breast milk. That's what God's grace steps in at, when you are in ignorance of different things. But we're not living in an age where people can use ignorance as an excuse. And yet people still try to do that. It's not that they are truly It's not that a lot of people are truly ignorant of something. It's that they choose to remain in ignorance as a covering to continue to be ignorant or act like I didn't know this and I didn't know that. That's bull jive. That's bull jive. You got the internet, you got books. It's just so much out here that we can, as we say, tap into. So I was already prepared for it because I know what I wanted. I was already prepared for this inflation that we were paying for food and everything because I already know what I wanted. I already wanted to pay a premium price for quality food. And so when this whole situation did happen, I was like, oh, I'm already, paying more money anyway. Now, obviously, certain things did go up, but a lot of stuff I'm not even eating because I took responsibility for my own actions. I took responsibility for my own actions and said, you know what? I shouldn't be eating this stuff. This stuff has no true nutritional value. It ain't really doing me no good. And at the end of the day, it's going to cost me more than if I just go ahead and spend the money and eat right the way I know I need to eat right. Y'all niggas don't want to take responsibility. You want to sit here and you want to blame the white man for this and blame the white man for that and blame the white man for this and blame the white man for that, but you don't want to take account for your own self. Now, yes, we know that the white man has his part to play. But y'all got more excuses than the very people that you claim is doing all this stuff to us. But you saying that you a king, you a queen. Last time I checked, the king or queen gonna rise up through every situation. I didn't know that your king or queen status is stripped from you because you are in poverty or because you are broke. When you think about it, yeah, our ancestors made some mistakes that put us in this situation, but what did we do after the fact? What are we doing after the fact? Still not taking account, still not taking responsibility for our own actions. You tired of being broke, but you ain't doing nothing about being broke. You tired of being in poverty, but you ain't doing nothing about getting out of poverty. You tired of being spiritually bankrupt, but you ain't doing nothing about getting out of that spiritual bankruptness. You tired of being in bad relationships with these men or women, but you continue to put yourself in these bad relationships. And then when somebody come and check you, or you got a baby daddy, baby mama problems and everything, and then, somebody say, hey, you shouldn't be doing that, then you want to, pull the knives out and cuss and fuss and all the other stuff. And wonder why you still stuck in the same stupid ass situations over and over again. I'm not a politically correct pastor. I'm in front of this house right here. For those who don't know, this is my house. I don't even live in the house, but it's mine. I don't even live in it, but it's mine. I stay in another house. And those that listen to me, they know I always say it's deeper than real estate. It's deeper than real estate because it is. For me, this house symbolizes a lot. It ain't just about the money I'm gonna get for it, because I ain't gonna give it away for free. I could have been sold this house. I got offers on this house, but I'm like, no, not gonna take it. Nope, not gonna take it. Nope. I'm not gonna give it away for free. That takes patience. Even though this is my house, my wife, and our house, and we're not staying in it, I'm still living check to check. The house is probably valued, retail, we're gonna say 100. The comps last time, we're gonna say $125,000. We're not selling for 125, but and I owe, I think, like $10,000 on it. Just being transparent, because I still pay the people that we bought the house from, which is, I think I pay them like $250 a month. We got the house, and then we went in there and we renovated the whole house. Excuse me. And then we bought that house, and for those who don't know, we bought the land next to it for a certain amount of money. but I pay them about $250 a month. I got it at a good deal. It didn't look nothing like it looked today. So I'm sitting on about $100,000 plus in equity. You take what the house is worth, you subtract what you owe, there go your equity. I'm sitting on $100,000 plus of equity. I can live in it for a year and then, be like, okay, I'm gonna put it in the market. Or I can do what I'm doing now and have it on the market and sell it. But even though I'm sitting on $100,000 plus of equity, that doesn't include the land right here that we own. That doesn't include the land on the other side of town that we own. Doesn't include none of that. I'm still living check to check. I'm still living check to check. But I'm willing to go through what I'm going through now to get where I need to be and where I'm going. Because I need to be where I'm going. Why? For myself, for my ministry, for my people, for my family. As an example for to other people. But it got to a point when I was staying in Fort Mitchell, Alabama. I was staying in the country. I loved it. Loved it. Was making good money. I was delivering cars, had my cleaning service, making good money. I would get paid that Monday from the American Legion, because I had a contract with the American Legion that Monday. Then I would get paid that Friday driving from delivering cars for the week. And then I would turn around and get paid that Monday again. Oh, the money was looking good. Was able to take care of the family, take care of all the bills and stuff like that. Obviously, that's what most of my money goes to. Taking care of what I'm supposed to be taking care of. So the money was good in the sense of me being able to take care of what I need to take care of as a man. Self-employed, entrepreneur, however you want to put it, CEO, is good until it ain't good. When the money looking good, everybody, I'm a CEO, I'm a boss. But when that money looking funny, you know what I'm saying, everybody get quiet. See, they ain't gonna talk to you like this. They ain't gonna tell you different things. Most of them, man, they gonna make it seem like it's all glamorous. Like, yeah, I'm a CEO, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But they ain't tell you about them nights they laying down, you scratching their head like, damn, I'm gonna pay this, pay that, account in the negative. My business account, I got 2 business accounts. One of them is in the negative right now. Negative about $500. But you don't see me stressing. It's negative. I'm sitting on over $100,000 in equity. My other business account, it was negative, and then I put the money in there to cover the things. Why? Because I'm telling you, I'm living check to check. Why am I telling y'all this? Because when I was living in Fort Mitchell, the money was looking good, the money was coming in good, and then it stopped flowing in. I still got these bills. I had to make a decision of what I'm going to do. And it got to a point I'm like, I'm not going to keep on doing this. Pushing this bill back, pushing that bill back, pushing this bill back, pushing that bill back. I ain't finna keep on doing this. I had a drop top Camaro at the time, clean. My wife, she had a pretty much a brand new car. I got rid of all that. And we moved. We sold everything. We moved. We had an RV. I moved in the back of my mother's yard. At the time, it was me, my wife, my oldest son, and then later on, Abraham came, my youngest. But we was living in the RV in the backyard. My mom got a big old backyard. It's so big you can put another house back there. And we was living back there and we was paying rent. I stayed there for about a year, give or take. Stacked my money up, came up with a plan. I got back into the online world, online business, because that's where I was before. I was on eBay, all that other stuff, way before people was really on it. And I started over from scratch, and I eventually bought the land here. Not this. This wasn't the original piece of land. The original piece of land is the one that's on the other side of town. And then this came up as an opportunity, and then I jumped on it because it was a great deal for what I was getting, and I had the vision at the point in time. But I took responsibility, and I said, you know what? This is for the birds. I ain't trying to do this check to check thing for the rest of my life. You may say, well, you live in check to check now, but I'm sitting on $100,000 plus in equity. I could clear the land off right here and then over time build another house, 2 houses. I can buy the land right here next to it, which we're in the process of buying it. We just got some things holding us up. Really, this is holding us up and everything. But we got dibs on the land next to it. That's 1, 2, 3 properties on the same block. That if I do it right, I could say, okay, I own all of them, or sell them. I need my check. I want my check. Now maybe later down the line, I'll be like, I'll start keeping properties, but I need that check, that big boy check, to be able to reinvest in some other things. But the point I'm making with all this is I took responsibility. You start to take responsibility. Well, I should say responsibility starts to point the finger at you when you gain wisdom. Responsibility starts to point the finger back at you when you gain knowledge, when you gain understanding. When you start to read and understand stuff, responsibility points that finger at you. You're like, dang, I'm really, out here jacking up. When I was out here sleeping with all the females I was sleeping when I was in the world and I was single and stuff, I got tired of that. And then it got to a point, because of the grace of God, I was like, okay, I got to take responsibility, because it ain't nobody's fault except my own. Y'all want to blame everybody else, and yes, there are times that other people is to blame, but then you want to exempt yourself without first examining yourself and asking yourself, is it really your fault? Even if it is somebody else's fault, sometimes it's still your fault. It could be both of y'all's fault. So I'm just being real. I'm sitting on over $100,000 in equity, but a brother living check to check, job to job, because I'm an independent contractor. If we don't get no sales, we don't eat. If we don't drive, we don't eat. And this is where you have to get at in your life. Start taking responsibility. And if it means that you got to give up everything, you got to go through the struggle, then that's what you need to go through. Y'all niggas don't want to go through the struggle. I call y'all niggas because that's what you act like. I can't call you CEO. I can't call you boss. Oh, boss, the queen, the king. There. How I'm going to call somebody if they ain't even walking in there? You supposed to rise them up. No, when I see they're worthy of that title, then I will give it to them. That's just me. Even if I know they are worthy of that title, they're going to be there. Hey, everybody got to start somewhere. You got to humble yourself. Y'all don't want to take responsibility for this breast formula shortage, and you run around here crazy trying to find something to feed your baby, and then you talking about, oh, I can't breastfeed because you gave up. That's a decision that you made. That's a decision that you made. Anybody tell you go out here and eat crazy like the way you've been eating and not be able to breastfeed or whatever? Anybody tell you to live the lifestyle that you were living and now you got to deal with the consequences of that? And then when somebody comes with truth to you, then you want to try to paint that person as the bad guy or the enemy. Instead of taking what somebody's saying and then like, you know what? They're right. Let me do better. Still got to deal with the consequences, but let me do better. Let me do better. You know what? All this talking. Let me go do better. Let me go be the example that people are talking about we don't have out here. I'm the living example in Christ of what's possible. Black man as a pastor, not stealing no tithes from people, not passing on no collection plate, out here doing real estate and doing business in general. Serving as an example. And for those who know me, they know I've been talking about this. I'm going to go. I talked about it years before I actually did it. Because it got to a point I had to take responsibility and be like, you know what? I got other people to think about. I got a wife to think about. I got myself to think about. That's not a life for me. Now, if I have to do it, I will do it. I'm not striving to be 60, 70 years old out here working check to check when there are so many opportunities right now to not have to. When there's so many opportunities to be in a position where you can end up helping more people. Now, what I do ain't for everybody. We all got to play our part. But the point is, no matter what part you play, you need to take responsibility. You need to man up or woman up. But first, before you do that, you need to humble yourself. Maybe you'll be able to get somewhere. And stop making all these bull jive excuses. Because what excuses? What excuses? You tell me that I can do it, but you can't? But then you say I ain't this and I ain't that? You tell me that I can do it, but you can't, but then you come on my page and you come on my post and you talking about I ain't this and I ain't that when I'm doing more than you. How that work? But let me get on around here. Back to the family. Got these eggs cooking. Well, my wife is cooking them. We out. Y'all stay blessed. Or curse if you want to.